What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Gonna be playing some team games today. Maybe we'll do a 1v1 lobby, but for now, this is what we got. I'll try and fix this camera here. Whoa, whoa. Let's try this out. Yeah, there it is. Hope you guys are having a good one. Should be more of our streaming schedule. Yeah, NA evening for now. I guess during the weekdays. So hope you guys are here for it. If you didn't catch my last video, I had a pretty great 1v1 between Akumar and Slick. Could be worth checking out.
Please choose your starting location.
If you haven't seen it, head on over. Give it a like. Okay, we're gonna do the one mech style that we've been practicing. Hopefully it works out. We'll see. Yup. I guess I'll try and cover this. You know, maybe a Cortex for Pounders. They're pretty good on small maps. Ooh, I gotta get my dog. Hold on.
Battle started.
All right, let's get into it. Yeah, one max, 3 wins. We don't need a third win, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't mind accessing a bit to our man going 2 max 2 wins vehicle lab. Something like this. See how it goes. At least with the two ticks, maybe wind will stabilize while that's under construction and making these extra wins. Doesn't really look like it.
Enemy units detected.
Yeah, that's not terribly
Low
alarming.
power.
Oh, he played a little too greedy. Flew too close to the sun.
Units under attack. Unit lost. The whole team is wasting energy.
let's see how this goes. Don't feel too awkward here. Okay, his pawns are all back. Maybe we can step a little bit farther forward here.
Units under attack. Unit lost. Low power. Commander under attack.
Actually, I should probably make that right here, but I don't really care.
Units under attack. Metal extractor lost. Metal extractor lost.
Oh, just reclaimed the unit, man. Oh, that is not good.
Commander under attack. Low power. Friendly commander destroyed. Warning, you are the last commander of your team. Enemy commander destroyed. Commander under attack. Unit lost. Low power. Metal extractor lost. Low power. Unit lost. Metal extractor lost. The whole team is wasting energy. Commander under attack. Radar lost. Aircraft detected. Low power. Metal extractor lost.
I think we're dead. Actually, as a matter of fact. Yeah, he just stayed on the pawns. Okay, well. I mean, thugs are pretty strong, but not really sure what I could have done differently. I think he kind of overmade E and stayed in the main base a little bit too long. Maybe I should tell him that. Chili sandwiches. 1v1s. Got a really cool free-for-all lobby going on. Oh, I thought that was Czech Republic. Dude, what's a good small team games maps for 2v2? Really, it could be fun. Canis River is always a good one. Sierra Lada. Just take a look at this lobby real fast. I can steal some OS from people. Rotato Potato. Okay, you got Zartax in here. This actually might be one I can join. Let's see. Should be over pretty quickly. Community balance badge. Gross. Rotato Legion. No good 8v8 lobbies right now. Supreme Isthmus. Could see this one. I was like playing C in this. Oh my gosh, my video camera is not working. That's strange. Okay. Is that gonna work? I'm gone. I've disappeared. Hey, Nimgul. How's it going, man? Good to see you. Wait, what? Oh, this is custom versus scavengers. Okay, that's strange. Small team beginner. I'll just jump back in here. They're playing on a good map, actually, so, yeah. Figure out how to solve this. Flats and Forest, one of my favorite maps. Coincidentally enough, I actually didn't really like it. Okay, why is this not working? Camera properties, disable preview. Yeah, I have no idea. Okay, there it goes. All right. Aha. Seems to be working. Hello. Yeah, loading into Flats and Forests. 2v2, so you pretty much just play it like a 1v1, and just hope the other guy kind of does something. I don't know, but we'll do our typical 1v1 style here on this map. Camera resolution change. That's so strange.
Please choose your starting location.
All right, I don't know what it's doing. Maybe I'll expand like this or something like that with my commander, and then just spin cons everywhere. But this should be fine. I think Armada is actually a little bit better, even though the Bull seems a bit weaker than the Tiger. I just think like, and once they get to T3, like Marauders and Razorbacks are just so much better. How has
Battle
T2
started.
Legion Navy been? Haven't gotten a chance to play it yet. No, yeah, neither have I actually. Typically I don't really like playing in Legion lobbies just because like I just don't think it's a good faction. I don't think it's balanced. This might sound really elitist, but I think like because the units are imbalanced, like bad players can just be good just simply by making these like imba units, which maybe that's not the right way to think about it, but yeah, I just don't really care for it.
Low power.
Oh, you just play AI? If you need coaching, too, you can go to the Bar Academy, right? So if you aren't really sure like how to improve or
Low
like
power.
I guess that kind of helps more for playing multiplayer, but yeah, if you definitely want to improve, I'd say that's a great way to kind of figure out what you need to be doing in the game a little bit faster. Multiplayer just like teaches you way faster than anything else.
Enemy units spotted. Units under attack. The whole team is wasting energy.
Yeah, that's fair. Looks like they're both bottom.
Low power. Low power. Unit lost. Low power. The whole team is wasting energy. Metal extractor lost. Metal extractor lost. Radar lost. Low power.
Seems to be going well. All right, energy is doing okay. We got an energy storage up here.
Your team reached Tech 2. Unit received. Unit lost. Aircraft spotted. Low power. Metal extractor lost. Radar lost. Tech 2 unit ready. Metal extractor lost. Tech 2 unit detected.
This does not look like it's going that well up there, but...
Metal extractor lost. Commander under attack. Commander under attack. Low power. Enemy commander destroyed. Unit lost. Enemy commander destroyed.
That was easy. This guy's pretty good. He has his fusion going. You had T2 before me. Well played. Used to be over 30 OS before the reset hit. Yeah, that's pretty strong. Actually, 30 OS is like 90th percentile or something like that. So pretty well played, I'd say. Pretty high up there. I'd be curious to check that replay and see how quickly he went scouts, because it showed up there pretty fast. I think that was my first con. No, that was my second con moving onto the main base, but yeah, I guess 3 cons might have been a bit too greedy, but I feel like the map's large enough to do that, so didn't really end up, just kind of delayed the first mix for a bit. Re-oil just launched. I was thinking about joining that lobby. Rotato games, here's one. Let me just check this real fast. It's Legion, okay. Don't really like playing Legion games. I know I got some feedback. People were clamoring for more 1v1s, but it can be difficult to find those lobbies this late into the evening. I say that, and there's one right here with some decent players. I guess Medulla's pretty high up there, but yeah, all these guys playing free-for-all. Well, I guess all the good players, good 1v1 players playing free-for-all, so. One more. Let's see, what's a good 3v3 map? Hades Pond? Kind of awkward. Piece to Hades isn't too bad. Cetus. Mariposa could be fun. All team games are fun, yeah. I'll be right back, guys. All right. Yeah, we're ready up. Ready to go. Yeah, that was kind of wild. He actually just walked his comm forward. I wondered, I mean, sure that was unintentional, but I mean, maybe he felt compelled to kind of contest that reclaim field, but didn't quite realize it was last comm. Oh, we'll just play again, I guess, on this map. I wouldn't mind. I think we might actually lose this one. We'll see. Their team's pretty strong. Don't know about my players. Tism conspiracy. Give the dog a pat. Um,
Please choose your starting location.
Actually, this is pretty good, yeah. If I can... That could work. I just put the first con here, send that way. Second con goes like this, yeah. This could work. You just have a lot of mexes down here. Maybe we should trade. Yeah, this is fine. I like this. Okay. AG is very strong in this map. Maybe he goes T2.
Battle started.
Man, am I supposed to go with like 3 solars? I always have like no energy here after the lab finishes. Kind of strange. Maybe the 4th max just changes the math a bit.
Low power. Enemy units spotted. Units under attack. Metal extractor lost. Low power. Low power.
That's not good.
Low power. Metal extractor lost. Radar lost. The whole team is wasting energy. Low power. Unit lost. Low power. Aircraft detected. Low power. Battle paused. Battle resumed. Enemy commander destroyed. Metal extractor lost. Radar lost. The whole team is wasting energy. Enemy commander destroyed. Commander under attack. Your team reached Tech 2. Commander under attack.
That is not good.
Tech 2 unit ready. The whole team is wasting energy. Tech 2 unit detected.
Yeah, GG. Message redacted. Andrew Tran. What does it mean? Those Shuris were actually pretty strong. I'm not gonna lie. No 8v8 lobbies. I guess free for all is still kind of open right now. Darth Revan, Yanami, Autopilot. Trying to find another lobby. Potato Games 8v8s. I think this is the one with the balance changes. Picture in picture window? What does that even mean? Glitters mid. I guess they removed the ATG, like the original ATG map, because I haven't seen it. Like, I don't even see it in the list anywhere. So I guess this is the new all that glitters. Game in the toilet. That's Raiko, if I'm not mistaken. Game in the toilet. I figured Glorb would actually go to that 30 plus. He's actually a pretty good player. Let's see. One more. Gave you 60 Titans. I'll just click ready. How about that? This is Raiko, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check. Copy name. Yeah, Raiko. Where is it at? Raiko renames. Little worm. There it is, Raiko. Yeah. AFF Raiko. Pretty funny player. Always goes for nukes. I don't see Tessira anymore. Maybe he enlisted. He needs to channel that anger somewhere else. Yeah. He was like a glitters player, right? Like 8v8. I don't know if he was necessarily like a Rotato player. Bro, I don't want to be like a blue player. So lame. Takes forever. Would prefer not to play with against Raiko either, but what are you gonna do? I wonder if you could just have like two panes open. Yeah, I'll just leave this. I'll tell you what, here's what we'll do. We'll just make a 1v1 lobby. How about that? Maybe someone will join. We'll see. Maybe Autopilot will jump in here or something. He says occasional Isthmus, but mainly Glitters player. Yeah. I want to say I actually saw him online not too long ago. Judge's small team. All right, I might end up joining this here in a second if we can't find a 1v1 player. Do we have any good replays to look at while we're waiting? Let's see. Played some scrims versus TM. Could actually look at some of these if you guys are interested. Played a match on Zed Remake. Well, actually, I wasn't in this one, but Omega also didn't play this one. But Salamanca, this one was pretty close. We ended up losing this one. Fallondale, we won. Kind of a crazy game. And then 8 Horses, I think was a bit one-sided, but this is all in preparation for the 6v6 tournament, and I really don't mind losing games like to TM, frankly. And secondly, a lot of these maps we're like unpracticed on, so you know, figuring out where to spawn is pretty important, and having like a general idea of how to like, you know, take the game also very important. So don't mind it so much. Looking forward to practicing some more. I don't think I'm actually going to be playing in that tournament. We'll see how it goes down. If I catch some more scrims, maybe let me actually I need a message and say just list me as a backup, perhaps. Yeah, I can do that later. All right, back to finding a match. Sorry for the wait, y'all. Yeah, I really don't want to play with the picture-in-picture window. If that's what I think it is, you just say I can have like 2 windows to micro, and you just like back and forth between them. Really don't want to play it like that. Maybe Autopilot will play some games. Be right back, guys. Ooh. Okay, so Andrew asks, when do you periodically build contours and 1v1s? Just when you need it? It's actually a really good question. So the short answer is yes when I need it. I like to scale build power with construction turrets. So when we're later on into the game, yeah, I'll just build additional contours around my lab. I think it's also pretty important to understand when to put down con turrets, like in the early game. So, as a general rule of thumb, if you have 200 E per second and a full energy bar, you can put down your first construction turret and assist it with your commander without stalling. So that's fairly important. I will say playing bots, it's a bit more important to get your first couple of construction turrets up because it can be difficult to spend the metal as you kind of like get farther and farther into the game. Like bots, as you guys know, are like very energy intensive. So it's important in my mind to get up to have good solid construction turret timings to actually like either transition to vehicles, transition to air, or just spend the metal in general. So one thing to note is after you've made your first construction, I know this is really long-winded. After you've made your first construction turret, it is also important to get your energy storage up. Not so much on solar maps because solar collectors give you so much AE storage, but on wind maps, it's playing bots. It's very important to get a energy storage up after your first construction turret. So, hope that answers your question. Let me know if you have more questions. Happy to answer them. Oh, you did stipulate bots, so or con bots. Oh, okay. So you weren't talking about con turrets. You were talking about con bots. Yeah. Okay, so I can answer that. Basically, anytime I play bots, I open 2 cons first, and then you want to protect them with units and radar and like try and stabilize the game. Only when you feel safe, that's when you start adding additional construction or con bots. So most maps I'll go up to like 4 or 5 to like split the map in half and get my half of the map. But then after that, yeah, I'm just using construction turrets to like increase my build power. Maybe you might make 1 or 2 more. Say if one dies, then yeah, you might want to remake some, or I don't know. There's like niche scenarios, but generally just to take the half of the map, I'm using them to expand. So. Dead game, boys. Sorry about this. Wish I could find a match for you guys, but yeah, there's really not many to choose from. Sorry about that. Let's see. Oh, we'll play this one. We'll play in the Legion map. So it's been going on for 25 minutes. Pretty short on the queue, so I think we might end up getting this one fairly quickly. So let me know if you guys have any more questions. Be happy to answer them. Maybe we could take a look at this quick replay while we're waiting. So this is a skirmish game played between Team Pro and TM. As you guys may or may not know, TM I would say is probably the best team in BAR right now. They've got a lot of very strong players. Definitely the team to beat, I'd say, in tournaments. So really good to be able to practice against them, I'd say. Got like Autopilot, Slick, Sashgoran, 8D, Austin. Just so many good players on their team. So, and this was our interpretation. We got Into Club, Vader, Andy, Sun, Rory, who's a new pickup, and Razor. Andrew asks, how are you so good at microing with just the mouse? I find I have to use the number hotkeys to help me micro. Maybe a little bit of like extra experience perhaps. I will say, here's a couple settings I'd really recommend turning on. So you go to control in the settings panel, turn limit camera zoom all the way up, and then turn mouse scroll speed all the way up too. So this is the most you can zoom in, and you can zoom out very quickly, right? So in terms of like microing, I don't really think I'm the best like lane micro player, but if the game gets like far along and I'm playing a 1v1, like if you're zoomed out like this, you can kind of do everything at once, so to speak. So that really helps. And then also I do use auto groups. I don't really use hotkeys, but I have figs auto grouped. Shuris and Resbots are pretty much the ones I mainly use. I do have scouts, but I don't really like using that. Because you just grab every scout on the map. But it's really interesting. Two con turrets already finished here. Okay. Yeah, it's a good question. Lenark asks, I mostly get demolished by air when I play 1v1. Is there a good time to add the air lab? Can't seem to wrap my head around it. Kind of tough. Can you tell me what OS you are? Could probably give a better answer to that. But I will say, the later the game goes on, when you do make the air lab, just go right into Fig production. Like, maybe make a scout and then go into Figs, but if you make like a later air lab and try making like Shuris or bombers, there's a really high chance that your opponent already has bombers out or Shuris. So yeah. I would say around 30 metal per second is when you want to start thinking about making a transition to like a second lab, or if you're playing bots, going into vehicles and air. But generally, I think around like 6 or 7 minutes, I think you can go for an air lab. I like to say if you're under 40 OS, just go second vehicle lab. Don't go second air. Yeah, so in that case, I'd recommend maybe just pre-making some anti-air in your army and some anti-air turrets in your main. But I'd probably around like 8 or 10 minutes into the game, I'd say you'd probably want to get an air lab up. So if you're opening bots and you get to 30 metal per second and have a few construction turrets, put down your vehicle lab, start making like light tanks, reclaim your bot lab, and then make an air lab like shortly after you transition to vehicles, and just start make a single air scout, send it right across to the map to their main base. Don't even care that you're revealing air, and just start making figs. Yeah, Artis says, as armed vehicles, like I feel like Hotkeying Janus on Hold Fire might have really high micro potential. Yeah, that's very true, and I'm sure that works like super strong in lane as well. So all those kind of tricks really add up. I do the same thing with like catapults. I always put them on Hold Fire and set target with them. Hopefully I answered your question, Lenark. If you have any like follow-ups to that, let me know. But yeah, if you're under 40 OS, just go like third air. Like you're on 2 labs, but you got the third lab you make is the air lab after you transition to vehicles, assuming you're opening bots. See, they're already T2 here. They stop production on this lab and are just making ticks out of this lab. So, God, it's so crazy, like how they have, how many energy storage do they have up? They already have the heavy transport and the 2 light transports made. Yeah, they reclaimed this lab. And they just start flying spiders around. Okay. Now here comes at that point. Alright. Let me check this lobby, actually. Hopefully I don't get specced. Okay, it's still going on. How do they do with these? Because I wasn't really paying attention to this bottom side of the map. I was just up here with Razor, kind of furiously microing.
Commander destroyed. Commander destroyed. Commander destroyed.
Yeah, really good questions, Lenark. He asks about e-storage. He says he feels like he overbuilds them. Is there any advice about how to manage this? Is there math behind it? So I think the short answer is, let me think about this for a second. I guess I'll preface this with, if you're accessing more than 10% of your energy, it's really something to look at in your energy scaling issues, but I generally don't think you can kind of over make energy storages on wind maps. I will say, I think it's better to make
Commander
energy
destroyed.
storage if you're accessing E than it is to make energy converters if you haven't split the map in half.
Commander destroyed.
So that's really important. But if you're on T1, I think really 3 to 5 energy storage is like perfectly acceptable. Before you go like T2. So yeah, I don't think that's too big of an issue personally. If you tell me like how many you've been making in matches, I could have a better idea of like if you're truly over making them or not. But if you have like if you have a couple replays of this, I would recommend like sending them to the Bar
Commander
Academy and
destroyed.
tagging @mentor and asking that specific question, because that's actually a great question. And if you need some more insights onto that, I would say work with one of the mentors over there. So you can always get some free coaching that way. Okay, Slick's commander didn't die. How did we win this game? Okay, well, killing the fat boy helps. That's a funny game. What's still going on? Here, I wonder if I have a good replay to show you just kind of like energy storage in general. I have to find a 1v1. Preferably with someone better. I wonder if we can look at X Factor. Yeah. Yeah, good question. Yeah, that's a good place to get advice, but yeah, 4 to 6 is perfectly reasonable, honestly. And if you're making energy
Battle ended.
storages over converters, I would prefer you like over making e-storage, not making energy converters, than and making energy converters before you've split the map in half, and maybe before you've gone T2, something like that. Yeah, if you can avoid making energy converters before you split the map in half and before T2, I think you're doing a lot of things right. So Coco Puffs is actually a pretty strong player. I think I had him on my team a couple times yesterday and was really impressed, I'd say. Let's just jump into this replay and see how long it's got. But if you want to support the channel, guys, consider becoming a member. Got 2 tiers. One of them is the BPL founder, the $1 a month, and 100% of that goes towards funding the
Battle
prize
started.
pool to the Bar Pro League, the 1v1 tournament I run. You guys might have seen that. We actually have another one coming up here in February, so I can actually put the link to that server in the chat here. If you guys aren't on this server, I want to check it out. It's a good way to keep up to date with the matches and get yourself in the qualifier if you're so inclined. So, and if you play in the qualifier and submit a ticket to the Bar
Commander
Academy, I
destroyed.
promise I'll review it for you. So, and the second member tier is the Academy level. You can get 1v1 coaching or any kind of coaching for me once a month, so $10 a month. And of course, you can get coaching for free anytime at the Bar Academy. But it is a great way to support the channel. So thank you for that. And thank you to the channel members I do have. So appreciate it, guys. So here we are in 8v8 on The Rock. Legion is enabled. Just staying zoomed out while we catch up to the rest of the game. Should still be going on for a while. I think these lower skilled lobbies kind of go on a bit longer than you'd like, but that is what it is. Let me turn the sound down while we catch up. It always is like kind of super loud.
Commander destroyed.
Anyways, something I was messing around on this map was actually like doing like a co-op air lab here in like the bottom right, and then just flying a commander to this position and just trying to prevent them from getting on this hill. And then another great follow-up to that is a lot of times you'll end up getting a lab over here on this plateau or this plateau, and once you've secured this position, you can kind of like quickly fly over with the commander and get some nice D-guns off. Don't really see that in this game, is there? Yeah, there is a T2 lab going up over here, so. Yeah, decoy com. Not sure who this is, but. I feel like the red team's got a bit of an advantage here. Fusion's already up. The light blue is winning C. Looks like. Reclaiming a lot of metal too, so. Is this Legion C? It is. So here's the T2 units. I haven't seen Legion T2C at all. I do know that the destroyers. Oh no, this is the battleship walks. Okay. Supreme Commander. Forge, we all know those Cybran destroyers. Good walk on land. Super cool. Anti-air flak. Yeah, so you got the 2 subs. Anti-nuke ship. Radar jammer in 1 ship. That's pretty dope. You have a flagship. Missile cruiser.
Commander destroyed.
Gatling gun cruiser. Alright, and a naval engineer. Gosh, this game's 34 minutes. Just caught up halfway. Okay, what is this? I haven't seen this on the Salvo rocket bot. I actually have a really strong autopilot video or replay where he plays Legion that I've been meaning to make a video on. I think it'd be a great little tutorial there. One of the things I didn't quite understand about Legion was how quickly to get the advanced mechs, like the T1.5 mechs, and he does a really good job of showing that off in that replay, among other things, like kind of what units to make. I was pretty intrigued about what he was choosing to go for. So I think I might be recording that sometime this week and publishing it, so you can stay tuned for that. Jeez, those thugs melted that army. You need to get a resbot up there. Okay, what are we going for here? The long-range cluster plasma bombardment vessel. Jeez, that's a mouthful. Oh my goodness. No, I think we're just kind of committed to waiting for this match to finish. Okay, yeah, what CPU do I have? That's a good question. Let me check. Let's see, control panel. I think it's in here. I have an AMD Ryzen 7 5700X 8-core processor, so yeah, Artis, hopefully you find that to be an interesting video. I've been meaning to make something on Legion for a while. And actually kind of after watching them play, I was like, okay, this faction, you know, it's okay, I guess. Um I just I just know like some of the units are pretty imbalanced, I'd say, especially the air units. At least in 1v1s, it was kind of hilarious. Like I think they had him in I had Legion in a couple of fight nights and it was just not really too fun to see. Is this the Let's check out this unit. It looks pretty insane, actually. Because it's like just murdering these battleships. Yeah, I actually did upgrade that processor pretty recently. I will say when I first started streaming, I actually had like terrible frame rates and all that. So, well, I was happy to get that upgraded. It was kind of a funny thing that happened because when I bought that processor, I didn't realize I had to upgrade my BIOS, and I think the old one I have didn't have a like a USB flash to upgrade the BIOS and the motherboards. So I had to take the processor out, and I had bent the pin on the old one because I was gonna put the old one in and then update the BIOS. But then I bent the pin, so I'm like I had to upgrade my motherboard, and then I got those two together, and my power supply wasn't big enough, so I had to upgrade that. So it was this whole thing. But ended up, I guess, getting a nice little fresh refresh on my PC, so it was well worth it, I'd say. Yeah, I agree. Like if they polished it up, it'd probably be a decent. Okay, that's cool. You remember that, Leonard. But Artis, yeah, that to your point, I would say I would enjoy seeing our like a Legion added as like a full third faction. I think you know, just compared to StarCraft, I will say like perhaps one of its great strengths is the fact that it has three really balanced factions that play quite differently from each other. I don't know if that's completely achievable in VAR, just because of how the game is, but yeah, it would be cool to see. Yeah, at least I didn't bend the pin on the new processor. That would have been. That's the first time I've done that actually. I was kind of surprised. Yep, it's still going on. Oh, okay, the game's okay. We can leave. We're in the lobby. The game has finished. We're ready to go. Yeah, but during the PC rebuild, I ended up spending a little bit more money than I had anticipated, but um, I want to say I even bought some new RAM. Let me double check here actually. It's been a few months, so let's check. I've just heard like RAM prices are kind of outrageous right now, and manufacturers are like slowing down on making them, which doesn't make any sense, but what are you gonna do? Okay, sector 318C. Can't say I like this map too much. We got Cocoa Puffs as the opponent here. I wonder if we play Legion. It could be fun. Oh, did I invite? Wait, hold on a second. Is this the wrong server? Oh, wait, oops. Let me delete this. Sorry, guys. I invited you to the wrong server. Oops. If you wouldn't mind leaving so I don't have to kick you, that would be great. Evil Brood and Noob Slayer.
Please choose your starting location.
That does make sense. Okay, yeah, sorry about that. I put the right Discord server link in there. I don't think that's necessary. Yeah, it should be fine.
Battle started.
Yeah. Okay, he's playing Armada. All right. I think I might actually have to make a lab and one con just to be able to upgrade these mexes.
Low power.
Really don't want to have to make a solar, but I think I'm gonna have to.
Unit received. Enemy units detected. Unit received. Aircraft detected.
This is not going well.
The whole team is wasting energy.
Ooh, that's not good.
Friendly commander destroyed. Enemy commander destroyed. Friendly commander destroyed. Friendly commander self-destructed. Unit received. The whole team is wasting energy. Your team reached Tech 2. Unit received.
I think I need to make 2 fat boys here, actually.
Tech 2 unit ready. Units under attack. Unit lost. Friendly player disconnected. Friendly player disconnected. Units under attack. Unit received. Unit lost. Friendly commander destroyed. Metal extractor lost. Tech 2 unit detected. Friendly commander destroyed. Friendly commander destroyed. Metal extractor lost. Enemy commander destroyed. Low power.
This is lost.
Units under attack. Low power. Enemy commander destroyed. Low power.
Okay, just resign.
Unit lost. Friendly commander destroyed. Warning, your team is down to its last commander.
Pipelia. I think they call that Sisyphus, right? That's what the Greeks call Sisyphus. Maybe not as completely a capital. I think your analogy is a bit better. But. Ooh. Yeah, he seemed to be all right at it. I don't know if he realized he had an energy storage, because he could have just walked forward and like degunned all that all the stuff, all the static defense, and then just walked the Fat Boy and Hounds forward. But he still ended up eventually breaking through, but maybe not as quickly. They named this map. Why did I let PTAC talk me into this? Is that real? Okay. We'll play one more and then call it a stream. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Just gonna call a quick next map vote. Okay, here's a decent map. Oh, slick like Vic. Maybe he'll play a 1v1. Excuse me. Let's see. What? Yeah. Okay, and now we're on the same team, actually. Good split up. Oh, this is hilarious. Okay, I ended up getting Slick on the team. Okay, I'll try playing Legion again here. We'll see how it goes. You make the what is it? The satyrs into the rocket bots. So we'll see if we can make this work. Been trying to do the 1-mex, but I don't really think it's
Please
necessary.
choose your starting location.
Probably do like 2 or something like that. Big old rocket bots are pretty good. Very expensive though. Okay, Slick's gonna start there. Not a bad spot. Maybe I'd feel better playing here, something like that. Okay, we'll just get him to switch. Yeah, I'm not sure how well Armada's gonna play here. Maybe they do like the Curians or something like that. I don't really want to play the T2 vehicles, but I'll try the Armada bot, or sorry, Legion bot to see how it goes. See Slick spawning there. Bye. Okay, okay. We'll see. We'll see if he wants to do that. Might be a little tougher to get the advanced metal extractors up. Because we don't have access to energy reclaim, we don't have geos.
Battle started.
Really.
Battle paused. Battle ended.
Wah, wah, wah. I guess we get Spotty. Spotty on the team. Oh, Jamers is here. I didn't even see him online. I was at 26 minutes. Okay. I guess we got Spotty on our team. He's pretty strong. Nocturnal Orat. Pretty strong name. Not gonna lie. Maybe we play the Geo spot just to be able to like play Legion. For the advanced metal extractors, they're like super expensive, so it's kind of important to have this. But maybe going for this spot would actually be strong. Yeah, let's try it.
Please choose your starting location.
Body's playing there, not bad. Who do we end up in top? Might end up switching here, but yeah, it's close. I don't know. I normally don't play this spot, so not super confident, but at least we have the Geo. Losing both of these would be really unfortunate. But we've got Spotty, so that's pretty OP. Not gonna lie. And then Archie spawns on the bottom. Okay, this might work. Kind of a bit worried for this position here, but we'll see how it goes. Where do I go? Like two cons. Two cons into some satyrs and then the Rockos. And then like two more cons and then the Rockos. That could work. We have a bunch of metal here, so. Alright, well, we'll see how it goes. This are new lobbies, so, you know, anything can happen.
Battle started.
If this lane does collapse, maybe Spotty bails me out. Alright, so wind is going up. I think we only need 2 winds here. Four more. Of course, it starts falling. But it picks back up again. Okay. Not bad.
Enemy units detected.
Oh my gosh. Ugh. Oof.
Low power. Low power. Low power. Units under attack. Unit lost. Commander under attack. Metal extractor lost. The whole team is wasting energy.
This is going okay.
Okay.
Unit lost. Metal extractor lost.
What the heck?
Commander under attack. Your team reached Tech 2. Friendly commander destroyed. Metal extractor lost.
I'm just getting like 2v1'd in mid, so it's fantastic.
Radar lost. Commander under attack. Commander under attack. Commander taking heavy damage. Friendly commander destroyed. Friendly commander destroyed.
Yeah, they're dead. This is dead. Okay, so.
Unit lost. Tech 2 unit spotted. Aircraft detected. Friendly commander destroyed. Metal extractor lost. Enemy commander destroyed. Enemy commander destroyed. The whole team is wasting energy. Enemy commander destroyed. Friendly commander destroyed. Radar lost. Metal extractor lost. Friendly commander destroyed. You are overflowing metal. Friendly player resigned. Friendly commander destroyed. Warning, your team is down to its last commander. Friendly commander self-destructed. Friendly player resigned.
Yeah, how'd the red player have? Okay, yeah. It happens. Well, that's it for me, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed the stream. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, and see you guys in the next one. Cheers. Thanks for watching.